Hey, how you doing? Hey, turn your TV down, will you? Because we've got some feedback problems because your TV's on. Make sure that's completely off, sir. Go ahead.
There you go. Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Turn it up. Yeah, man, I just want to tell you what great a job you were doing, man. Watching lately, and it's had an impact on me, man.
Well, sum up for us some of the thoughts that are going through your head.
All right. I just want to kind of just give you, a go up.
Yeah.
Maybe up one of these times in the future and talk about, some of these different things that I'm doing now relating to, the program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think there are certain ways that the media, the mainstream media, tries to control your minds out there by throwing out certain trigger words and certain imagery, the dehumanization of both men and women. And all I'm trying to do, folks, is throw out certain trigger words, not from the dark side, but from the light, saying certain words, saying certain phrases, talking about certain articles that trigger something in your subconscious that lets you know there's something wrong, that hopefully leads you to investigating these things, but not getting stuck in some sort of a conspiracy theory web of fear. The whole goal is to empower you to take back responsibility for the future of your lives. Not just, hey, look, I don't have any children. I may never have any children. I'm going to wait a couple years in the future if that ever does happen, see if the stuff blows over. We'll see what happens there. But it's about caring for the children, whether ours or not, that haven't even come out of the womb yet. Because, again, we have a karmic connection to the past, the dead bodies, and we have a karmic connection to the future, those that have yet to come into this particular 5-sense, third-dimensional reality. So we've got to remember that we're part of a greater whole, that it's normal to care about other people, whether they live in other countries or on the other side of town. We've got another phone call. Let me cover this report here really quick. We have phone. Let's go ahead and just take the phone calls first. Go ahead. Going way too fast. We've got lots of news, folks. What can I say? I'm literally trying to cram like a 3-hour show down to 1. Go ahead, caller.
Hi. I just wanted to say that you're doing a really good job, but I was taking psychology, and the whole point that you're making about the government maybe like diverting our views kind of this way away from the mafia, like they don't want our conscience to get the best of us. Like the thing in behavioralism was like they kind of did studies on like how society reacts to environment, and it was supposed to go away like in the early like mid 20th century, but I'm not sure. Like I just have a little thing, like it's like nothing major, just I think that the world really is tuned into seeing one way. They're tuned into their own success. They're tuned into kind of what the media portrays instead of looking worldwide, and the fact that you're really coming out with things that are happening in the world, the fact that the government isn't always in our best, has our best interest, like I think that's really cool.
And it gets difficult to describe the power structure at times because a lot of it operates in the shadows. And by even using the word the government is misleading because we are supposed to be the government, but in reality I think even using the word government is misleading because we're talking about a layer that operates above government.
Yeah, very true.
We're trying to figure out how to hold on to some sort of a resemblance to a normal reality, though, in the meantime, as these things unfold. My best solution or advice is that in a community like Portland, Oregon, 500,000 people, we have a lot of potential to create a lot of great change. And I'd like to see a lot of change this summer moving into the fall and to the winter. I don't want to be that guy that says all hell's breaking loose, the world is ending. But I'm not someone that believes that we're going to have the luxury of talking about things in a conversational tone the way we are right now in the years ahead, like the next couple years.
Yeah.
I say be grateful right now, folks, for the very fact that we're able to access this information and that we're able to utilize our free will as we see fit.
Yeah, and I think that people really need to, like what you're doing, really need to branch out to what is actually there and not just be so tunnel visioned, I guess.
Yeah, tunnel vision. Kind of like looking at the universe through the lens of a straw, McDonald's straw too.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much for the phone call. I don't know if do we have more? Okay, we don't have any more, and we don't have time for any more. We're not going to get to any other videos. By the way, that was Megadeth's Symphony of Destruction. We had other videos we were going to play, but apparently we had an abundance of information. I want to thank my friend Marshall. He's always dropping off the ET Weekend edition. A lot of information about the economy in Europe. Here's another thing he dropped off. Science Illustrated Engineering Earth. It's all about terraforming the Earth. Basically, chemtrails were just a conspiracy theory years ago, but now they're fighting global warming by literally putting sulfur up in the air. I mean, it just gets so weird, but hey, it's in a science publication, it's mainstream, so they must be looking after our best interest. I mean, it's just fucked up. Excuse me. Portland, Oregon, child prostitution in Portland. This is the very last report that we're going to be covering. And I really don't know what to say in less than 2 minutes. And I guess I'm not going to be able to get into this report. But to sum things up, as you see the economy melting down, you're going to see more particular reports happening in the news and things like that. On one end, you've got the mainstream media that wants to keep you afraid. They live off of fear. You know, that's what Fox 12 does. At the same time, when you have an economy in decline, there are certain people that organized crime groups and also aspects of the CIA in particular that like to feed off the weak. And so there's a big responsibility that's coming to our hands that some of us have never had before. There's this concept that we are going to have to police our own neighborhoods during a meltdown when dark forces, demons literally, that are inhabiting human bodies, so I speculate, as they choose to take advantage of your fellow brothers and sisters, it's up to you to actually do something about it. I think we're completely out of balance to say that one segment of the population, the police, is going to save you from an attack. I mean, that's completely out of balance. Men and women, in my opinion, holistically, are out of balance with their true selves and their masculine or feminine nature. And so it's important to understand that as you see headlines like this manifest in the news, Portland, Oregon, child prostitution in Portland. I guess I'll have to wait till next week to even read it because it's the end of the show. It's just a wake-up call that things have got to change. Now, because things are getting so serious, because things are moving so quick, I'm going to let you know where I'm meeting up with people of like minds, and we're going to start doing weekly meetups again. Saturdays, 2 o'clock, 28th and Stark, Mojo's Coffee Shop. I'll say that again slowly. Saturdays, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Mojo's Coffee Shop, 28th and Southeast Stark. I used to do these meetups where I'd speak and I'd show videos, and I wanted at one point bring speakers into town and film that, put that on Access TV. We were doing that at It's a Beautiful Pizza, but that place has closed, and we no longer have that particular place. So we're also looking for a new place on a Wednesday night or Thursday night to start doing these meetups again. So I want to let you know this Saturday, 2 o'clock, 28th and Stark, Mojo's Coffee. That's where you can find me, because I think we need to start actually doing more things in this town to awaken the people that are willing to be awakened. And so we are out of time, unfortunately. This show has gone very, very fast. Until next week, and I hope you tune in, I'm Alex Hansen, reminding you that the path to the ultimate truth still starts within. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Francis. See you next week. Good night.